Hello, this video is going to walk you through some recent updates that were made to the rubric in the AI Brightspace classroom. We're first going to take a look at these updates from a faculty perspective. As an instructor, you can now complete your graded rubrics directly through the Gradebook. So to do that, we're going to click on Grades. Once in the Gradebook, we can locate the assignment that we want to grade. Our first example is going to be a discussion assignment. So we're going to locate the discussion assignment in the Gradebook and choose the drop-down and grade all. To access the clickable rubric from this particular page, we're going to locate the assessment column, which is all the way on the right side of the screen. Underneath the assessment column, we're going to click on the icon that appears. This will open up a new window on your computer. As always, to view the student's discussion posts within the assignment, you can scroll to the bottom of this screen. So we scroll all the way down to the bottom and we can see any of the posts that the students have submitted for this particular assignment. It's located right here. Scroll back up to the top of the screen in order to start working with the clickable rubric. So in the clickable rubric, you're going to find the criteria listed for the rubric on the left side of the screen, and then you're going to have grade options to choose from. So for training purposes, we're just going to go through and choose a grade for each criteria listed. As before, you can also overwrite a grade if you'd like. So if I choose a 9 point here, but I want to make a change to that grade, I can click on the grade itself and override it. And you'll see that your score has now been overwritten. So we'll scroll down and we see that this particular score falls into an A category. Below the rubric itself, you also have an area for general feedback. Okay, so we'll enter some feedback there. Obviously, your feedback will be much more lengthy and specific to the student than what I'm showing here, but this section will allow you to add that information for your student to be able to view. Once you have entered your feedback and you've completed the clickable rubric, you want to make sure that this publish score on save is also clicked. This will allow the score to pull over to your gradebook and also publishes that information for your student to view. Okay, so once you've completed that, you're going to choose Save and Close. We're going to override that grade. And you'll now see that this information has carried over into our gradebook. Okay, so the student has received a 93.33% for this particular discussion. Now you're also going to be able to access the clickable rubric for project assignments within the gradebook. So again, locate your project assignment within the gradebook, choose the drop-down arrow that appears next to it, and then choose Grade All. From this next page, you're going to again locate the assessment column and click on the icon that appears underneath it. This will open up a new tab on your computer where your page will allow you to evaluate the submission. So as usual, you'll be able to either open or download the student's submission from this particular page, and that is seen on the left side of the screen. To access the clickable rubric, you'll move to the right side of the page under Evaluation and Feedback, and your rubric will be listed in blue. So we'll click here, and a new window will appear, which allows us to access our clickable rubric. Now, just like we saw with the discussion assignment, you have the rubric criteria on the left side of the page, and then you have your point values that you can choose from. So we'll go through and choose some points for this particular assignment. Again, you do have the option of overriding a score. You can do that all the way on the right side of the screen. And to override a score, you just choose the pencil icon that it displays here. So we'll click on the pencil and we can change the score from a 20 to maybe a 19. We save that and you'll see that that override has taken place. So we'll continue to go through and score this assignment. Okay. And then at the end, you'll choose the overall score here too. You do also have the option of transferring the rubric to the general feedback area. That's up to you if you want that information to pull over with the comments that you leave. I'm actually going to uncheck that box just so it's a little cleaner for you to be able to see for training purposes. So once you've completed your clickable rubric, you're then going to save and record this information. Okay, so that's going to take you back to the Evaluate Submissions page. Also under Evaluation and Feedback, if you scroll down, you'll notice that you have a feedback area where you can leave students detailed feedback on their assignment. This is also the location where you can choose to leave audio feedback or video feedback. So once you've completed your feedback and you've completed the clickable rubric, you're then going to choose either Save or Update. And you get a message that this information was saved successfully. So we can go back over to our gradebook and you'll see that that score for the project assignment has now been pulled over to the gradebook. And we see a score has pulled over for the student. So pretty straightforward in terms of how faculty are going to be grading information or accessing the clickable rubric for both discussion assignments as well as project assignments. You're going to be going directly into the gradebook to do that, and you're paying attention to the assessment column. Now, some things have also changed for our students. So we're now going to log in as a student and show you what this looks like. So we'll go over to our roster and we're going to impersonate a student. So this update has now streamlined the way our students are able to view their grades. Instead of having to go into different locations in the classroom to view their grade, to view feedback, and also to access their graded rubric, students are now able to view this information directly through the gradebook. As a student, I can click on Grades, and this is going to open the gradebook where I can see information for both my discussion assignment as well as my project submission. So the first example is the discussion assignment that we graded. Students are able to see their percentage, they're also able to see any of the individual feedback that you've provided, and they have the option to click here to view their graded rubric. In addition to that, our students are also able to see the same information for a project submission. So they can see the percentage that they've received for that assignment. They can see any feedback that you've left for them. And again, they can now also view their graded rubric. In the past, students had to go to different locations within the classroom in order to see the different information that they've been given through their grading process. Now everything is listed for them in one location, which is the gradebook. So I'm going to click here to show you what that view of the graded rubric looks like for the student. We'll give it a minute to load, and you'll be able to see that all of the scoring that we completed as an instructor is now listed for the student to be able to view. So they can see exactly what they received in the graded rubric. So they have an overall score and all of the individual scores that they received based on that rubric. We can go ahead and close that out. Okay, so now we have reviewed how instructors should be grading within the Brightspace classroom. We've also reviewed how students are now able to view their grades in one central location, again through the gradebook. And I think what you'll find is for students and for instructors, this has cut down on some of the clicks that you have to do within the classroom to access different areas in the gradebook and to access grading information. We do hope that this information was helpful, and we hope that you have a great day. Thank you.